Hi, I'm Owen Canfield with the Oklahoman, and seated here with me is Lieutenant Governor of the state of Oklahoma, Todd Lamb. Todd, thank you for being here today.
My pleasure, Owen. Good to see you again.
We're taping on Thursday afternoon. You just got finished with a couple of stints over there across the street, the Southern Republican Leadership Conference. I'd like to ask you a little bit about your day and what you hope to see come out of that this weekend. So start us with your conversation a minute ago with Larry Nichols. What do you think of that?
Well, it's a big event. SRLC coming to Oklahoma. This isn't a deal where some Republicans in Oklahoma made a phone call and said, hey, would y'all please just have the deal in Oklahoma City?
Right.
It's a big coup for Oklahoma to host this conference. I had the privilege today of speaking briefly, but after that, which you just mentioned,
we'll get to that in a sec.
I did a one-on-one Q&A with Larry Nichols. Devon Energy, Larry Nichols, one of the chief underwriters, if not the chief underwriter for this event, and of course the highlight was energy.
Sure.
And who better to talk about energy, whether you're talking about the policy of American independence with our energy, or repealing the ban of exports,
right,
or just the future technology advancement, the future. Who better to talk about than Larry Nichols?
Right, right. I watched some of it online. It was an impressive, he has some interesting things to say, very impressive man. I started a company with, I think, 3 or 4 employees, and look at it now.
Thousands, and he's just got that perspective.
Right.
And he kind of ended up somewhat uniquely, went out of state to undergrad, got his law degree at Michigan, clerked for a United States Supreme Court Chief Justice.
Right.
It's a big deal.
Sure.
And then he comes back with Dad, co-founds Devon Energy, as you mentioned, from 2 employees to now thousands. So who better to talk about it? So, and I asked Larry questions such as, in recent history, almost every candidate's talk about the need for energy independence.
Sure.
What's the slow process? He talked about policy and getting the right people in the right place.
Right.
And make sure people understand it, that it won't, do too much to the markets,
right,
except open up.
Right. And regulations. He talked about regulations and how they can choke an industry.
Right, absolutely.
So now, what was you got a chance to talk briefly to the conference. What was your message there?
One, welcome to Oklahoma.
Sure.
But I said how proper and fitting it is to have this Republican conference in Oklahoma. And I said, we're a red state. I said, this is a perspective for you, I told the audience. I'm the 2nd Republican lieutenant governor in state history.
Right.
People think red, well, you must be the 5th, the 10th,
sure,
maybe no, the 2nd. So I gave a little bit of political recent history for them, but then I talked about the founding of Oklahoma, the uniqueness of Oklahoma. Indigenous Native Americans were here before anybody.
Sure.
Taking care of each other in the land, forced relocation Native Americans, the infamous Trail of Tears, the tragedy of that, and then the uniqueness of the land runs in Oklahoma. Diversity, strength, but I talked about entrepreneurship, pioneering spirit. That fits with the messages being conveyed today at the conference.
What do you hope to see come out of this conference from the candidates and potential candidates who will be here? What are you hoping that they will say, either any in particular one, or just as a general message? What's the message these guys need to be sending out, or that you hope they send out?
Before I came over here to visit with you, Owen, I sat down with a candidate, and he asked me a similar question. I said, well, listen, put Lieutenant Governor title aside. As a citizen, I want to hear from somebody that you're willing to make tough decisions and that you have a vision.
Right.
Where do you want to take the country? I don't want to see how slick the brochure is or what the rhetoric is. Let's get past that. What's your record? What have you done? Are you a leader? Where do you want to take the country? Because really, at the end of the day, I'm a citizen,
right,
a dad, our son's 15, our daughter's 11. I'm thinking about the future.
Right. Tell me a little bit about what's going on in your office these days. You stay busy as Lieutenant Governor,
right,
traveling all over. You take a lot of pride in having visited every county in Oklahoma, I think every year or through the years.
We do it every year. And this year, Owen, we did 77 counties in 77 days.
Right, I remember seeing you in the middle of that.
Yeah,
in fact, I think
how'd I look?
Fine. As far as you know, you look great.
Fine. Thank you, Owen.
No, but I think the day I saw you, you were here in Oklahoma City, went down to Durant, and came back in Oklahoma. So you hit Durant that day, one of those counties, Bryan County.
So the tour went well. What's interesting, when it's a condensed version like that, 77 to 77 days,
sure,
I really get a feel for the pulse and the issues that are really impacting the state. You get that throughout the calendar year, right, when I do that, but in 77 days you really understand water policy. That's important for
right,
Oklahoma.
Sure.
The future of just diversification of our economy, very important for Oklahoma. Education issues. I talk to so many school teachers, superintendents, transportation, infrastructure,
right,
on the highways and byways. So I'm going to continue. I've been to probably 20 counties since I finished the 77.
Wow.
I continue to travel and have town hall meetings to hear what those issues are around the state.
Lieutenant Governor Todd Lamb, thank you so much for being here today. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, Owen.
Good luck to you.
Thank you.